Hi, and I'm Kathy Callahan-Brady, and I'm here with Fitzy's in the Trenches. Thanks for tuning in. And today we're here with Jon Rowley from Roosterbio. Thank you so much for coming. I so appreciate it.
Sure thing, Kathy.
Yeah, part of what I wanted to do was thank you because you've done so much for Fitzy and well as for me. I mean, you were one of the very first ones when we first came into Fitzy who saw the vision and where we were heading, and now you're on our board. You're one of the chairmen of the, which one is it? Strategic Growth and Advisory Board?
A.
Yeah, the biotech.
The biotech, yep.
Yeah, so that's just been amazing. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's very important, I think, to be part of the local community, right?
Yeah.
So anything I can do to make Frederick better.
Yeah.
Is,
well, you go above and beyond the call of duty, that's for sure. So thank you for that. So some of the things that we wanted to talk about today, this whole series is allowing our clients to know you more and who's actually advising us, and so that's the whole in the trenches.
Okay.
Because most people will take a look at you and they go, "Oh, you're just so successful. It was an overnight success and it was easy." Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and we both know there's nothing easy about this. So tell us a little bit about Roosterbio.
Sure. So Roosterbio, we are a stem cell technology company, and we exist solely for the purpose of accelerating this field of regenerative medicine, of next generation medical products. And we do that by hyper-simplifying the process of trying to incorporate living stem cells into tomorrow's medical devices, right? So what we do is we offer standardized, off-the-shelf, even medical grade stem cells to companies that are developing these products themselves. And one of the analogies that I like to draw is in the computer field, right? If you want to build a new electronic device, you don't first have to know how to make a transistor, process silica, assemble these transistors onto a microchip, and then develop your product. You can buy an off-the-shelf microchip from Motorola or Intel. And so the same way, if you want to incorporate stem cells into a medical product, today you have to be a stem cell manufacturing expert, right? And so what we do is we offer, again, these off-the-shelf microchips that have been manufactured to certain quality specifications. They're very complicated to manufacture, but still more importantly, we offer them to customers in formats that enable them to easily incorporate this piece of technology into the product that they're developing, right? So just like Intel had this major impact on the computer field and really accelerating that development, our goal is to have the same impact on the regenerative medicine field that Intel had on the computer industry.
Well, it looks like you've got a good start from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and then customers. So we're founded almost 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in September. Within 4 months, we were shipping our first products to paying customers when we moved into Fitzy. And now we have well over 200 customers. We've shipped to 17, maybe 18 countries worldwide, and our customers are big pharma, small biotech, clinicians, as well as biomedical engineers and scientists that are working on these next generation products that will have a major impact on the medical field over the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it's huge what you're doing, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're doing it here in Frederick. But why this business? What inspired you to do something like this?
So yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we could have started up as a therapeutic company, right? And really, we chose specifically not to do that and really have it be a platform technology because as a therapeutic company, you come in, you raise a lot of money, and no matter how good your technology is, you can still get unlucky because you have 1, 2, maybe 3 shots on goal in running a clinical trial. And if you get unlucky, companies and the technology is toast. By starting up a tool company, we have the opportunity to impact hundreds of different medical products over the next several years, right? And my goal has really always been to have as broad an impact as possible on the field. And this gives us the opportunity to do that, right? So that's why Roosterbio was started with this business model. So then specifically, why stem cells as microchips for tomorrow's products, there was a book that really influenced me. It's by Rob Carlson, who happens now to be our largest investor as part of the venture capital company he started, but it's called Biology is Technology, where it demonstrates how biology is progressing at the same rate as the information technology world, right? But we just knew how to process silica, well before we knew how to process genes or now cells, right?
Right.
And so he's synthetic biology. He was talking all about engineering genes, and I gave him a call after I read his book and said, hey, the same stuff, Moore's law of stem cells is happening right now, and we want to drive this. Would you want to be an advisor to our company? And he said, sure, and he's helped come in and helped really drive the story. But it's this concept of biology as a technology, and this we're the first ones that are offering stem cells as plug and play components of medical products, and that's really what drove, I think, the inspiration for this specific business.
Very cool. Very cool. Was this your first business that you started?
I've done small things. I was an entrepreneur during graduate school. It was a construction company, built lofts in university dorms, right? And so I learned the ins and outs of supply chain and where you put $10,000 up and you hope to make it back, and,
right.
but at a very much smaller scale. So I've been entrepreneurial in spirit, but I've really cut my teeth at lots of established companies, learning technology management and marketing, and this is my first real startup.
So any success stories, or not success stories, it's more in terms of what did you do wrong that you can advise companies in the future? Don't do this. You wasted some money on it, you wasted some time on it, because part of the whole in the trenches is people were going to look at you and they said, oh, he got lucky, or it was easy for him and he had no problems.
Yeah, I mean, there's no every business is so unique. It's almost difficult to apply all of the too many specific learnings, right? We had all the same challenges from bad hires very early on, because one person out of like 5 people is like 20% of your company is horrible, right? And so that was bad. I had a co-founder left after a couple of years because things weren't just quite going the way it was supposed to. Money, without money you can't get things done, right? And you need to do certain things in order to make your company and technology interesting to investors, right? But that's not just getting the money; it's at the right time and at the right price, right? I never thought I'd be an expert in startup economics, right, and finance, but there's lots of variables that go into it. I think right now the most challenging thing, now that we're 25 people, and probably started when we were 18, 20, is really it's the war for talent, right, and hiring, and hiring is really challenging, especially today's environment. Unemployment is very low. Maryland, someone told me the other day, Maryland's at 2%, and then we're surrounded by big companies. It's very difficult to be competitive with large companies, right? And so at Roosterbio, from the get-go, we've really been working on our culture, right? And this is really critical. And we actually see our culture as our most valuable currency at this stage of our company.
Yeah, I've heard Margot call it, it's family.
Yeah.
And you guys really care about.
And well, yeah, it's more than just being family. They actually say once you hit 25, 30 people, you're no longer family. You're more of a team.
Right.
And so we're doing this, but having a mission-driven culture. We're really driven much more by our mission, than by just making money. Right. I think you make money along the way.
Right.
Also, surrounding yourself with very high caliber coworkers, right, who have their own internal drive and just personal a feel for personal accountability, right? People want to be surrounded by other really good people who will keep them performing at a very high level, and as well as having fun, along the way, right? And our ping pong tournament later on in the year, I think, is drives a lot of the fun, while at the same time, we're getting a lot done and have a lot of really smart, motivated irrationally dedicated people on the team. And,
Yeah.
and that really does attract a lot of people and what we strive for. We're not perfect, like nobody is. I mean, we still strive for perfection and we'll never get there, but
Right.
but people do really like our culture, and starting that from the get-go is probably one of my biggest recommendations.
I would agree. I would agree. Well, thank you so much. I like to end sort of every session and stuff with leaving with your favorite quote. I think I know what it is, but
Yeah, it's the one that's at the back of my
your signature line.
signature. Yeah, so it's Alan Kay, who's an internet pioneer, right? And he said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it, right? So, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to do. And I actually learned this from my PhD advisor, right, where you paint a picture of what the world should be like, right, in your mind. And this concept that stem cells are really nothing different than microchips. We're driving that business model, and it's envisioning that future, and then it changes how you bring to market stem cell technologies. There's well over a dozen different companies that sell similar products to mine, but we're absolutely the only one that does so with these types of formats and in this way. And there we really believe that we can have a major impact on what we're doing, and we really have no common competitors because no one else is taking this approach to the market. But this concept of inventing what needs to be made, I think, is really powerful and really drives what we do.
Absolutely. I love that quote. Thanks so much. And thank you for coming and sharing your stories and stuff with us. I really appreciate it, and everything you do for FITCI as well, and as well as myself.
Happy to do it.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and check out fitci.org for the other interviews that are coming up from other advisors and stuff. Have a great day.